Hi everyone, welcome to Kids Get Quizzical Game 2. I'm very excited to be doing this today and I hope you are all excited too.
Hi everyone, my name is Shehan. So welcome once again. As Dinara said, we are happy that you have connected. I think even this time we had a fantastic response, getting more than 100 registrants. So today's Kids Get Physical episode is sponsored by Brownie Business. So the winners this afternoon will receive fantastic gift packs courtesy of Brownie Business. Call them on 077 273 2330 and find out how your chocolate cravings can be satisfied. Okay, the time is 4:05. We have 50 players online. Let's get started with Kids Get Quizzical, game number 2. Over to our Quiz Master, Dinara.
Round number 1. 6 questions on general knowledge and country facts. Who was the first woman Prime Minister in the world? Who was the first woman Prime Minister in the world? Was it Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga? Was it Sirimava Bandaranaike? Was it Indira Gandhi or was it Golda Meir? The correct answer is Sirimava Bandaranaike.
Right, so 35 of you got that correct. Well done. Sirimava Bandaranaike, our own Prime Minister, was the first woman Prime Minister in the world. So Sirimava Bandaranaike became the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka in 1960. There are some other answers as well. Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, became the Prime Minister of India in 1966. She was actually the second woman Prime Minister in the world. Then there was a Prime Minister called Golda Meir. She was the Prime Minister of Israel. She became the Prime Minister of Israel in 1969. Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, the daughter of Sirimava Bandaranaike, became the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka in 1994. She went on to become the president. She was also Sri Lanka's first woman president. But the correct answer to this question, the first woman Prime Minister in the world, was Sirimava Bandaranaike.
Let's look at our leaderboard now.
Okay, so we have Andrea Rai into an early lead, followed by Betsy, Bumblebee, Wonder Quail, and Shazam. Well done, guys and girls. We move on to our next question.
Question number 2. What is the capital city of India? What is the capital city of India? Is it New Delhi? Is it Mumbai? Is it Chennai? Or is it Kolkata? Correct answer is New Delhi. 40 of you got that correct. 10 thought it was Mumbai, 1 thought it was Chennai, and 2 thought it was Kolkata.
Yes, so the correct answer, the capital city of India, is New Delhi. Well done to the 40 of those who got that correct. Let's look at the leaderboard now. Okay, so Betsy has now flown into the lead at 2010 points. Wonder Quail and Handle also sharing the same points. Well done. Shazam is 2008. Andrea Rai is at 2003. Don't worry, remember, up to 1,500 points up for grabs in this competition. I have seen people lose this competition. They were leading from the first question. They have lost it in the last question, right? So don't worry, don't give up. Kahoot will also encourage you. They will give you your current position. Only the top 5 will be shown on the screen. Don't worry about that. It will encourage you to say, okay, it will say, to give certain messages, well done, you're doing really well, and it will give you your current position as well. Okay, we move on to our next question.
What is the world's largest landlocked country? What is the world's largest landlocked country? Is it Russia? Is it Pakistan? Is it Kazakhstan? Or is it Afghanistan? The correct answer is Kazakhstan. 21 of you got that correct. 16 thought it was Russia. 5 thought it was Pakistan. And 7 thought it was Afghanistan.
Right. So, what is a landlocked country, Dinara?
A landlocked country is a country without any oceans around it.
Correct. So now there are about 200 odd countries in the world, right? Some of those countries don't have any oceans around them. They are called landlocked countries. There are some countries which are surrounded by countries which are landlocked. Those are called doubly landlocked. So as you might know, Russia is the world's largest country. It is not a landlocked country because it has oceans surrounding the country. Then Pakistan also has oceans. It's also connected to an ocean, the Indian Ocean. Kazakhstan and Afghanistan are landlocked countries. They are surrounded by countries, not oceans. But the largest of them all, which is actually the 9th largest country in the world, is Kazakhstan. Well done to the 21 of you who got that correct. We look at the leaderboard now. Okay, Shazam Junior. Well done, Shazam. Are you the superhero Shazam? Shazam has now flown into the lead, 3,173, followed by the Fly at 3,150, Shaneza at 3,148, Wonder Quail at 3,143, and Violet at 3,141. We move on to our next question.
Who was the first president of the United States of America? Who was the first president of the United States of America? Was it D.C. Washington? Was it Donald Trump? Was it Abraham Lincoln? Or was it George Washington? The correct answer is George Washington. 29 of you got that correct. 13 thought it was Abraham Lincoln. 2 thought it was Donald Trump. And 8 thought it was D.C. Washington.
Right, so we put this answer D.C. Washington on purpose. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America. George Washington was the first president of the USA. If you take a $1 bill, you see a picture of George Washington on that. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the USA. Donald Trump is the current president of the USA. There were two who thought he was the first president of the USA. Well done to the 29 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, Shazam Jr. still retains the lead, very closely followed by Shanesa. Bumblebee is now in 3rd place. Betsy is in 4th. The Fly is in 5th. My bird, we have so many animals, bumblebees, bats and flies. Anyway, well done guys and girls. We move on to our next question. Question number 5.
There are only 2 square-shaped national flags in the world. One is Vatican City, what is the other? There are only 2 square-shaped national flags in the world. One is Vatican City, what is the other? Is it Scotland, is it New Zealand, is it Switzerland, or is it Sri Lanka? The correct answer is Switzerland. 36 of you got that correct. 10 thought it was Scotland, 3 thought it was New Zealand, and 2 thought it was Sri Lanka.
Well, 2 thought it was Sri Lanka. Remember, guys and girls, if you remember last time we had a question, what is the only odd-shaped national flag in the world? Dinara, what is the only odd-shaped national flag in the world?
Nepal.
Nepal. Can you show the Nepali flag for those who are joining for the first time? So this is the Nepali national flag. As you can see, it is very different to the other flags. It's almost 2 triangles on top of each other. Okay? But most of our flags in the world are rectangular shaped, like the Sri Lanka national flag, which you see right now. But out of all the 200 odd flags in the world, there are 2 flags which are exactly square shaped. Right? They are exact squares. One is Vatican City, the smallest country in the world. The other belongs to Switzerland. Well done to the 36 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, the Fly is now in 4th place. Violet is in 5th. Shazam Jr. retains the lead. Shanesa is in 2nd. Bumblebee is in 3rd. Well done. We move on to the last question of round number 1.
Which country has the highest population of people in the world? Which country has the highest population of people in the world? Is it Russia? Is it China? Is it India? Or is it USA? The correct answer is China. 46 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was Russia, 3 thought it was India, and 1 thought it was the USA.
Right. So, Dinara, how many people are there in the world?
Approximately 7.8 billion.
7.8 billion people live in this world. It's an approximate number, okay, because it changes every day, obviously. So China, out of the 7.8 billion, has 1.39 billion people in the world. They are very closely followed by India, who is also at 1.3 billion. So India is supposed to overtake China anytime pretty soon. Russia is the world's largest country, but in terms of population, it is the ninth most populous country in the world. USA is actually the the third most populous country. So it's China is number 1, India is number 2, USA is number 3. So it's a good research for you guys and girls as well to go through and find out the population in each country. Indonesia is in 4th, Pakistan is in 5th. All right, so we are now done with one round of Kids Get Quizzical Game number 2. Let's look at the leaderboard after round number 1. Okay, Shanessa, our last episode winner, has now shot into the lead at 7,209, closely followed by Shazam Jr. at 7,196. Violet at 7,135 is in 3rd. The Fly, 7,116 is in 4th. Patsy at 7,104 is in 5th. Well done, boys and girls, but others don't give up. 1,500 points up for grabs. You can win it. Remember, top 3 will also receive fantastic gift packs courtesy of Brownie Business. Alright, we move on to round number 2.
Round number 2. 6 questions on fairy tales and nursery rhymes.
Right, 6 questions on fairy tales and nursery rhymes. Hope you have hope you still remember the nursery rhymes and fairy tales. Easy questions if you do. Let's look at our first question in round number 2.
How many dwarves are there in the story Snow White? How many dwarves are there in the story Snow White? Is it 8? Is it 10? Is it 3? Or is it 7? The correct answer is 7. 48 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was 3. 2 thought it was 8.
Yes, so Snow White lived in a house with the 7 dwarves, okay, not 8 dwarves or not 3 dwarves, 7 dwarves. Well done to the 48 who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Batsy has flown back into the top 5. Well done, Batsy. You're in now 4th place. Shanessa, Shazam, Violet retain their top 3 position. The Fly is in 5th place. Well done.
The next question is, Cobbler, cobbler, mend my blank. What is the missing word? Cobbler, cobbler, mend my blank. What is the missing word? Is it shoe? Is it clothes? Is it the hat? Or is it hair? The correct answer is shoe. 47 of you got that correct. And 5 thought it was clothes, but the person who makes clothes is the tailor or the seamstress. And 2 thought it was the hat, but the person who makes the hat is the hatter or the milliner. And no one thought it was hair, but the person who cuts hair and all is known as the hairdresser or barber. But the correct answer is shoe.
Yes, cobbler, cobbler, mend my shoe. We look at our leaderboard now. Okay, the fly is back into the top 5, back into 4th place now. 3 sisters into the top 5 for the first time, 9,881. Shanessa is still in the lead, very closely followed by Shazam Jr. and Violet. Let's look at our next question.
In the story The 12 Dancing Princesses, how did their father notice that the princesses went dancing every night? In the story The 12 Dancing Princesses, how did their father notice that the princesses went dancing every night? Was it by checking their clothes? Was it by checking their shoes? Was it by looking into their room at night? Or was it by checking their feet? The correct answer is by checking their shoes. 28 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was by checking their clothes. 14 thought it was by looking into their room at night. And 8 thought it was by checking their feet.
Yes, I hope, to be very honest, I recently got to know about this fairy tale called the 12 Dancing Princesses. So they actually snuck out at night and they went dancing. They didn't tell their father, who was the king. So the father found out by checking their shoes. Let's look at the leaderboard now. Okay, Slammer is into the top 5. Shazam Jr. is in 2nd. Shanessa is still in the lead. Violet is in 3rd. The Fly is in 4th. We move on to our next question.
In Hickory Dickory Dock, who ran up the clock? Hickory Dickory Dock, who ran up the clock? Was it a cat? Was it a dog? Was it a gecko? Or was it a mouse? The correct answer is a mouse. Only one of you thought it was a dog. No one thought it was a cat or gecko. Almost everyone thought it was a mouse.
Well done. Almost everyone except for one thought it was a mouse. Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. Dinara, can you complete that nursery rhyme?
The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock.
Right, excellent. So well done. You guys know your nursery rhymes pretty well. Of course, we have quite a few geckos running up and down our walls, probably running up and down our clocks as well, right? But in the nursery rhyme, it was a mouse. I wonder how the dog ran up the clock. Anyway, let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, Shanessa still in the lead, very closely followed by Shazam Jr. Violet is in 3rd. The Fly is in 4th. Slammer is in 5th. Well done. We move on to our next question.
In the story The 3 Billy Goats Gruff, who tries to eat? In the story The 3 Billy Goats Gruff, who tries to eat the goats? Was it a troll? Was it a big bad wolf? Was it a dragon? Or was it a sea monster? The correct answer is a troll. 37 of you got that correct. 14 thought it was the big bad wolf, 1 thought it was a dragon, and 2 thought it was a sea monster.
Yeah, so obviously there are 17 of you who haven't read this story. It's a very nice story. It's about 3 billy goats who want to cross over a bridge to get to the other side to eat grass. But unfortunately, there was a troll on the bridge who tried to eat the goats, probably like mutton a lot, wanted to eat the goats. So read the story if you haven't read it. It's a nice story for young kids. A troll was the correct answer. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, we have a small change in the top 5. Brainstorm and Alpha have come up into the top 5. Shanessa still in the lead, very closely followed by Shazam Jr. and Violet. Remember, guys and girls, you can lose it in just one question. We are down to the last question of round number 2.
What is the name of the bridge that keeps falling down? What is the name of the bridge that keeps falling down? Is it the Golden Gate Bridge? Is it the Sydney Harbour Bridge? Is it the Caledonia Bridge? Or is it the London Bridge? The correct answer is the London Bridge. 51 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was the Golden Gate Bridge. but the correct answer is the London Bridge.
Yes, the Golden Gate Bridge is in San Francisco, right? So there is no nursery rhyme about the Golden Gate Bridge. Sydney Harbour Bridge is of course in Australia. The Kalania Bridge is in Sri Lanka. I hope it's not falling down. The correct answer is the London Bridge. We are at the end of round number 2. Let's look at our leaderboard after 2 rounds. Okay, so Violet has now overtaken Shazam into second place. Shanessa is still in the lead at 15,875. Very closely followed by Violet at 15,789. Shazam Junior is at 15,768. Brainstorm is at 15,431. And Alpha is at 15,317. Well done, guys and girls. Remember, the top 3 winners will receive attractive gift packs courtesy of Brownie Business, okay? We're talking about some fantastic brownies courtesy of the Brownie Business. Let's look at round number 3 now.
Round number 3. 6 questions on movies and cartoons. In the movie Smallfoot, what sort of a creature is the Smallfoot? Smallfoot, what sort of a creature is the Smallfoot? Is it a caterpillar, is it a yeti, is it a human, or is it a bird? The correct answer is a human. 21 of you got that correct. 32 thought it was a yeti, and 2 thought it was a bird.
Right, so Dinara, have you watched the movie? What is the movie about?
It's about yetis that like follow rules, and then they have a rule called that they're saying that there is no Smallfoot that exists, that does not exist, and so a few yetis come up with a society called the Smallfoot Evidentiary Society, and at the end they prove all stones wrong.
Right. So we don't want to spoiler alert. Right. We don't want to spoil the whole story. So if you haven't watched that movie, it's a really nice movie. Smallfoot is actually a human. It's a story about a group of yetis. Well done to the 21 of you who got that correct. Trick question. 32 of you thought it was the yeti. Let's look at the leaderboard now. Okay, so there's a big change now. Shazam Jr. is back into the lead at 17,171. Brainstorm is in second place at 16,881. Alpha is in third, 16,730. Shanessa is in fourth, 15,875. And Violet is at fifth, 15,789. Don't worry, there's plenty of more questions.
The next question is, what is Spider-Man's real name or alter ego? What is Spider-Man's real name or alter ego? The correct answer is Peter Parker. 51 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was Bruce Wayne and 1 thought it was Bruce Banner.
Right, so Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. If you watched the movie, 51 of you got that correct. Well done. Bruce Banner is actually the Incredible Hulk. Bruce Wayne is the alter ego of Batman. Tony Stark is the alter ego of Iron Man. Nobody thought it was correct. Well done. 51 of you got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, so not much of a change in the top 5. Well done. We move on to our next question.
Which fairy tale is believed to have inspired the movie Frozen? Which fairy tale is believed to have inspired the movie Frozen? Is it Rapunzel? Is it Snow Queen? Is it Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Or is it Beauty and the Beast? The correct answer is Snow Queen. 48 of you got that correct. 2 thought it was Rapunzel, 3 thought it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and 2 thought it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. So apparently, Disney was inspired with to create this movie Frozen, looking at the fairy tale Snow Queen. Wasn't Rapunzel, wasn't Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, wasn't Beauty and the Beast. Give me a second. Okay, share the sound. Okay. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Well done to the 48 of you who got that correct. The Frozen movie was apparently inspired by the fairy tale, The Snow Queen. Okay, I think everybody in the top 5 got that correct. Well done. Let's look at our next question. Dinara.
Which of the following was not one of Mahadana Mutta's followers? Following was not one of Mahadana Mutta's followers. Katapanja, was Rapadaya, was Kuak Badila, or was Bandaya? Correct answer is Bandaya. 41 of you got that correct. 7 thought it was Indika Tupancha, 3 thought it was Rabbadaya, and 2 thought it was Puak Badilla. So Mahadana Mutta had actually 5 followers, and their names are Indika Tupancha, Rabbadaya, Puak Badilla, Kolbaya Muna, and Kotugit Ayya.
So Bandaya was a character from the Sinhala dubbed cartoon called Cow the Boy. So Mahadana Mutta, as Dinara said, had 5 golayas. Well done to the 41 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Alpha is now into second place. Shazam Jr. is still in the lead. Brainstorm is in third. Shanessa is in fourth. Violet is in number 5. Don't worry, everything can change. We still have quite a few questions to go. Move on to our next question.
Next question is, what is Dr. Dolittle's special ability? Dr. Dolittle's special ability is the ability to underwater responsibility and Thomas Webb, the ability to clear diseases, or is it the ability to understand and speak to animals? Correct answer is the ability to understand and to speak to animals. 53 of you got that correct. 2 thought it was the ability to cure diseases.
Yes, he was a doctor, but he was a vet, right? He cured animals, but he also had the special ability to understand and speak to animals, right? If you watch the movies and also the Sinhalese cartoon Dostara Honda Hita, you would know the answer. Well done to the 53 who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, so Unicorn has now jumped up into the top 5 for the first time. Shazam Jr. still leads. Alpha is in second. Brainstorm is in third. Shanessa is in fourth. Well done.
Let's look at our next question. What is Ben 10's watch-like device known as? Ben's watch-like device known as Titan, is it Citizen, is it Omnitrix, or is it Rolex? The correct answer is Omnitrix. 43 of you got that correct. 4 thought it was Titan, 3 thought it was Citizen, 4 thought it was Rolex, but the correct answer is Omnitrix. So I'm sure you all must have watched Ben 10. Ben 10 revolves around a boy named Ben Tennyson. So he finds this alien device that which is like a watch and contains the DNA of the different aliens that allows him to transform into aliens. So this watch-like device is called Omnitrix.
Yeah, so Omni means many, so it has many tricks for Ben when he wears this watch, right? So Titan is a watch brand, Citizen is also a watch brand, Rolex is also a watch brand. The correct answer was Omnitrix. Well done. We are down we have finished 3 rounds now. Let's look at our leaderboard after 3 rounds. Okay, Unicorn has now overtaken Shanessa into 4th. Shazam Jr. at 24,276 points is in the lead. Alpha is in second at 23,566. Brainstorm is in third, 21,615. Unicorn 10 is in fourth at 21,488. Shanesa is in fifth, 21,382. Well done, boys and girls. We are now down to our next round. Remember, the top three had a chance to win attractive gift packs courtesy of Rowdy Business.
Round number 4. 6 questions on books.
Let's see how well you know your books.
The first question is, in Sherlock Holmes, who is his trusted friend and partner? Sherlock Holmes, who is his trusted friend and partner? Is it Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Is it Mr. Dodd? Is it Dr. Watson? Or is it Godfrey? The correct answer is Dr. Watson. 34 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. 6 thought it was Mr. Dodd, and 10 thought it was Godfrey. So Arthur Conan Doyle is the author of the book. Mr. Dodd and Godfrey are characters you come across in the story, and the correct answer is Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson was, I think, Sherlock Holmes' biographer as well. He was the one actually writing the stories, according to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, so we have Shazam still in the lead, followed by Alpha. Unicorn 10 is now into third place. Shanesa is in fourth. Violet is in fifth. Let's look at our next question.
Which of these books did the famous author not write? Which of these books did famous author Roald Dahl not write? Was it Matilda? Was it Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Was it the BFG? Or was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Correct answer is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. 40 of you got that correct. 7 thought it was Matilda. 7 thought it was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and 1 thought it was the BFG. So the Diary of a Wimpy Kid was actually written by Jeff Kinney, and that's actually the correct answer.
Right, so I just switched off the Kahoot sound because I think a couple of people have said the Kahoot music is too loud and they can't hear Dinara's voice. So well done to the 40 of you who got that correct. Diary of a Wimpy Kid was written by who, Dinara? Jeff Kinney. Jeff Kinney. Well done to the 40 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, so Shanesa is now into third. Violet is into fourth. Shazam Jr. still in the lead. Alpha is in second. Unicorn 10 is in fifth place. Well done.
The next question is, who is the main character in the popular story Hatpana? Who is the main character in the popular story Hatpana? Was it Sudu Pancha? Was it Gajam Malli? Was it Kirihami? Or was it Appua? The correct answer is Kirihami. 39 of you got that correct. 4 thought it was Sudu Panja, 5 thought it was Gajam Malli, and 7 thought it was Appua. But the correct answer is Kirihami.
Right, so the story Hatpana was written by the famous Sri Lankan author Kumaratunga Munidasa. If you haven't read this, I think it's a must for all Sri Lankan kids to read that. It's a lovely story about this crazy guy called Kirihami. Sudu Pancha wasn't the correct answer. Gajang Malli and Appua are characters from Kopikade. Well done. The Kopikade, the famous Sinhala teledrama. Well done to the 39 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Not much of a change. The Fly has now flown back into the top 5. Well done, the Fly. Shazam is on a winning streak now. He's at 28,591. Alpha is in second place. Shanesa is in third. Violet is in fourth. Well done, girls and boys.
Let's look at our next question. Which of these is not a character in the Harry Potter series of books? Which of these is not a character in the Harry Potter series of books? Is it Beatrix Potter? Is it Hermione Granger? Is it Ronald Weasley? Or is it Neville Longbottom? The correct answer is Beatrix Potter. 33 of you got that correct. 4 thought it was Hermione Granger. 4 thought it was Ronald Weasley. And 12 thought it was Neville Longbottom. But the correct answer is Beatrix Potter. So Ronald Weasley and Hermione Granger are Harry's best friends. And Neville Longbottom is a fellow Gryffindor.
Well done. We thought the name Potter would sort of put people off. Who was Beatrix Potter, Dinara?
She was the author of the Peter Rabbit.
Right, so Beatrix Potter was the person who created Peter Rabbit, another very famous character in kids' movies. Well done to the 33 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, Violet is now into third. Shanessa drops down to fourth place. Not much of a change in the top two. The Fly is still in fifth. Well done. We move on to our next question.
What is the name of the dog in The Secret Seven? What is the name of the dog in The Secret Seven? Is it Timmy? Is it Scamper? Is it Rover? Or is it Bingo? The correct answer is Scamper. 27 of you got that correct. 19 thought it was Timmy. 5 thought it was Rover and 4 thought it was Bingo. So Timmy was actually the dog of the famous five. Rover is the dog next door. And Bingo is a dog of a farm. The correct answer is Scamper.
Yes, well done to the 27 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, the Fly has now flown into third place. Goyum 1 is, I think, in the top 5 for the first time. Well done, he's in fourth. Violet is in fifth. Shazam Jr. still retains the lead. Alpha is in second place. Let's look at our next question.
Who was the author of the book Oliver Twist? The author of the book Oliver Twist. Was it David Walliams? Was it William Shakespeare? Was it Hans Christian Andersen? Or was it Charles Dickens? The correct answer is Charles Dickens. 49 of you got that correct. 4 thought it was David Walliams. 1 thought it was William Shakespeare. And 1 thought it was Hans Christian Andersen. So David Walliams has actually written a lot of books like Grandpa's Great Escape, and William Shakespeare is a famous dramatist and author. Hans Christian Andersen wrote many fairy tales, but the correct answer is Charles Dickens.
Right, so well done. 49 of you got that correct. Boys and girls, if you haven't read this book, please do read the books. If you look at it now, so we are down to the end of round number 4. If you look at the different questions that we asked were from different genres, right? So Secret 7, Oliver Twist, Hut Hunter. What we want to do is to encourage you to read books, right? And when you're reading books, don't just stick to one type of books, right? Read whatever comes into your hand. Make sure it's a good book, right? Nothing inappropriate for you little kids. But read. That's the best advice I can give you. I read a lot in the toilet as well, okay? Well done to the 49 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard after 4 rounds. Okay, so not much of a change in the top 5. Shazam Jr. is at 30,871. Alpha is in second place at 29,817. The Fly is in third, 29,351. Goyum is in fourth, 29,067. And Violet is in fifth place. Well done. There are 9 more questions to go. Don't worry if you're not in the leaderboard. If you're anywhere close in range, you can always win these 1,500 points up for grabs for each question.
Round number 5. 6 questions on sports and science. The first question is, how many circles are there in the Olympic flag? Circles are there in the Olympic flag? Is it 6, is it 3, is it 5, or is it 4? The correct answer is 5. 46 of you got that correct. 4 thought it was 6, 2 thought it was 3, and 3 thought it was 4. So the 5 rings represent the 5 main continents in the world, and the 5 colors represent diversity, and also those 5 colors are there in almost all the national flags in the world.
Yes, there are 5 there are 5 rings in the Olympic flag. This year was supposed to be an Olympic year. Unfortunately, the Olympics is postponed due to the corona pandemic. Well done to the 46 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Okay, the Fly is now into second place. Shazam still retains his lead. Alpha is in third now. Goyum is in fourth. Violet is in fifth. We move on to our next question.
What is the planet closest to the Sun in our solar system? What is the planet closest to the Sun in our solar system? Well, is it Mars? Is it the Earth? Is it Mercury? Or is it Venus? The correct answer is Mercury. 42 of you got that correct. 5 thought it was Mars, no one thought it was Earth, and 8 thought it was Venus. So Mars is the fourth planet closest to the Sun, Earth is the third, Venus is the second, and Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Well done to the 42 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard now. So Goyum is now into third place. Alpha drops into fourth. Andrea Rai is back into the top 5. Well done, Andrea. Shazam is still leading, closely followed by the Fly.
Let's look at our next question. How many players are there in a basketball team? How many players are there in a basketball team? Is it 6? Is it 5? Is it 11? Or is it 7? The correct answer is 5. Only 9 of you got that correct. 24 thought it was 11, 16 thought it was 7, and 5 thought it was 6.
Yes, so on a basketball court, there can be only 5 players representing the team at any given time. 9 of you who got that correct, well done. I can predict a big change in the leaderboard if this is true. Let's see. No, fantastic. Only I think Shazam and Andrea got that correct in the top 5. Well done. The Fly is in second. Goyum is in third. Alpha is in fourth. Well done.
Let's look at our next question. What is the biggest snake in the world? What is the biggest snake in the world? Is it the python? Is it the cobra? Is it anaconda? Or is it the viper? The correct answer is anaconda. 46 of you got that correct. 3 thought it was cobra, 1 thought it was the viper, and 5 thought it was the python. The correct answer is anaconda.
Yes, the anaconda in South America is the largest snakes in the world, right? The reticulate python is actually the longest snake in the world. The cobra and the viper are probably two of the most venomous snakes in the world, but the largest snake in the world is by far the anaconda. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Right. Andrea Rai has jumped up into second place. Well done, Andrea. Shazam is still in the lead. The Fly is in third, Goyum is in fourth, Alpha is in fifth. Hold on, let me adjust the screen a bit here. So there might be 11 players in the basketball squad, but there are actually only 5 players in the team. Let's look at the chat. Chats. It's 5 players. Yeah, it's 5 players in the team in the basketball, in the game of basketball. Right. We move on to our next question.
Which country has won the most number of ICC World Cups? Which country has won the most number of ICC Cricket World Cups? Is it England? Is it Sri Lanka? Is it Australia? Or is it India? The correct answer is Australia. 34 of you got that correct. 14 thought it was England. 7 thought it was India. No one thought it was Sri Lanka.
Yes, so England won the last World Cup. Sri Lanka won it in 1996. India has won it in 1983 and 2011. But Australia has won the Cricket World Cup 5 times. And they have won the most number of ICC Cricket World Cups. Well done to 34 of you who got that correct. Let's look at our leaderboard. Right, so not much of a change. Shazam still in the lead, closely followed by Andrea, The Fly, Goyum 1 and Alpha. Well done. We're down to the last question of round number 5. Don't worry, there are 3 more bonus questions, so 4 more questions in total. Anything can happen.
The next question is, which animal produces the largest egg in the world? Which animal produces the largest egg in the world? Is it the ostrich? Is it the goose? Is it the whale shark? Or is it the penguin? The correct answer is whale shark. 20 of you got that correct. 31 thought it was the ostrich, 2 thought it was goose, and 1 thought it was the penguin.
Well done. Right, so the ostrich lays the largest egg. Lokuma bittaraya damanne pasbara. The ostrich. If I ask the question, if Dinara asked the question, which animal lays the largest egg, it would have been the ostrich. But the whale shark produces the largest egg in the world. It grows inside, it hatches inside its stomach. Right, so well done. I'm actually excited to see 20 of you got that correct. So I did ask this question at a bigger quiz where about 250 people took part and only about 9 or 10 people got that correct. 7, right? Out of the 200, only 7 got that correct. But well done, kids. You have done really well. 20 of you have got the correct answer. So we are done with 5 rounds. Don't worry, there are 3 more bonus questions. Let's look at our leaders after 5 rounds. Okay, The Fly is now into second. Shazam Jr. is still in the lead. 38,227 points. The Fly is in second with 35,380. Remember, The Fly was placed third last time. Andrea Rai is in third, 34,719. Goyum is in fourth at 33,742. And Alpha is at fifth, 33,687. Don't worry, 3 more questions to go. It can all change. I have seen people coming from 13th place in the last couple of questions and winning this. 3 bonus questions.
Question number 1. What does this road sign mean? What does this road sign mean? Does it mean the road is closed? Does it mean there is a fence nearby? Does it mean no entry? Or does it mean there is a rail crossing nearby? The correct answer is there is a rail crossing nearby. So 31 of you got that correct. 22 thought it was there is a fence nearby. 1 thought it was no entry and 1 thought that it was road closed.
Right. So why we decided to have this question was, unfortunately, last week there were so many fatal motor accidents happening in Sri Lanka. A lot of people lost their lives last week. So I think as children, it's really good, and even as adults, that we know what these road signs mean. If we follow road signs, if we follow road rules, I think everyone can be safe on our roads. Well done to the 31 of you who got it correct. That particular sign means that there is a rail crossing nearby. Let's look at our leaderboard now. Well done. Alpha is now back into 4th place. Shazam maintains his lead. The Fly is in 2nd. Andrea Rai is in 3rd. Alpha is in 4th. Goyum 1 is in 5th. 2 more questions to go, girls and boys.
The next question is, in which country did the kiwi fruit originate from? Which country did the kiwi fruit originate from? Is it from New Zealand? Is it from Brazil? Is it from China? Or is it from India? The correct answer is China. 35 thought it was New Zealand, 7 thought it was Brazil, and 4 thought it was England. But the correct answer is China.
So only 8 of you got that correct. The kiwi fruit is originally known as the Chinese gooseberry. It originated in China. So one teacher from New Zealand went to China, brought back some seeds and planted those seeds, and they started growing kiwi fruit in New Zealand. They named it after their national bird, which is the kiwi. But the correct answer, the kiwi fruit originated from China. So let's say there might be a big shift in the leaderboard. Not much of a change. Alpha has now overtaken Andrea Rai into third. Shazam maintains his lead at 39,625. The Fly is at second. Alpha is in third. Andrea is in fourth. Goyum 1 is in fifth place. We have one last question to go of Kids Get Quizzical Game number 2. All the best, guys and girls.
Which island in Sri Lanka is famous for wild ponies? Which island in Sri Lanka is famous for wild ponies? Is it Madolduwa? Is it Manna Island? Is it Kites Island? Or is it Delft Island? The correct answer is Delft Island. 29 of you got that correct. 10 thought it was Kites Island, 9 thought it was Manna Island, and 6 thought it was Madolduwa.
Right. So this is a very interesting question, right? So Sri Lanka is an island in itself, but Sri Lanka has many other little islands. Find out what is the largest island that belongs to Sri Lanka. It might be a question in one of our future quizzes. Madolduwa is Koggala, close to where Martin Wickramasinghe was born and lived. There's a nice story called, the Sinhalese novel called Madolduwa as well. Manna Island is not the correct answer. Kites, close to Delft, but not the correct answer. So during the colonial times, ponies were brought down to Sri Lanka. And unfortunately, when they left, these ponies were left to roam in the wild. So there's an island in the north of Sri Lanka of Jaffna called Delft Island, where wild ponies still roam free. So if ever they want to shoot a movie for My Little Pony and Friends, Delft Island might be a good choice. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we have now come to the end of Kids Get Quizzical Game number 2. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's see who our winners are. In third place, Andrea Rai. Well done, Andrea. In second place, Alpha. And the winner is Shazam Jr. Well done. The Fly is in fourth. Goyum 1 is in fifth. Well done, boys and girls. Shazam Jr., the winner of Kids Get Quizzical Game 2. Alpha is in second, Andrea Rai is in third. Remember, in addition to a gift from Kids Get Quizzical, you'll also win a fantastic gift pack courtesy of Brownie Business, right? So you are in business with Brownie Business. Alright, so thank you so much for being a part of Kids Get Quizzical Game number 2. If you are in the top 5, please do email me your photograph. Okay, so those who are in the top 5, please email me your photograph. The Fly, I have your picture. So Shazam Jr., Alpha, Andrea, and Goyum, if you can email me your pictures, I want to do a nice graphic and send it out. Please do like our Facebook page, SL Masterminds, where we have all our future quizzes coming up. The recording of this quiz will be up on the SL Masterminds YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to our channel as well. Let's look at some of the chats now. Thank you, Dinara and Shehan. Nice quiz. Thank you so much. Had so much fun. Can we please have game number 3? Yes, you will. Thank you, Dinara and Uncle Shehan. Shehan Ayya, I think. From Ariel. Thanks, Ariel. Bye, sir. Thank you for the great game. Thank you so much. Right. So, Dinara, I want to ask you a question right now. So, you prepared all these questions, right? How did you prepare all this?
So mostly by reading books. I love reading books and I watch news, and of course I like watching movies.
Right. So, in our household, watching news is compulsory, right? That's where we get most of our information. All of us love reading books. So, guys and girls, I want to encourage you to watch news, read books, keep your eyes and ears open. When you see something, always think twice, why does this happen like this? Thank you so much for being a part of Kids Get Quizzical game number 2. Dinara, over to you.
Thank you everyone for joining us for Kids Get Quizzical Game 2, and I hope to see you all the next time.
Thank you so much. Take care. May God bless you all.